Hey traders, this is John Howell here, and I'm so excited to share with you this amazing training replay that I've got going right now. You're going to absolutely love it, so make sure you stick all the way through. This is me and Arnold Schwarzenegger and me and Tony Robbins, and I remember meeting Tony Robbins and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the conversation that I had with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the conversation I had with Tony Robbins was absolutely amazing, and they told me something. Both Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tony Robbins told me something to share with me, something about my life, and it absolutely made a massive difference in my life. And I'm going to share that story with you, what I learned from both of them in today's training as well. So make sure I'll do that a bit later on, so make sure you stick around for that. I can't believe it, absolutely amazing, and I know just that one story is going to mean so much to you as well too, because it did for me. So make sure you make sure you watch out for that story. Now guys, here's a bit of housekeeping before we get into it today. This is actually a full training replay that I did just recently. This is a full training that I did, so it's the replay of the training. Now, the first 60 minutes is the full training. It's on my most powerful trading system for the last 16 years of my trading. Futures market, crypto market, options, forex market, futures market, gold, silver, mining stocks. No matter what you want to use, you can use this trading system. So make sure you see that. I'm going to share with you exactly how I also scan the markets. You're going to see my awesome scanning tool, how I can scan the markets to find these amazing trades every single day. And also how I actually only trade 1 hour per day to actually trade, and then I can have freedom as well too. Now I know I have something for sale, right? We all know that there's something for sale at the end of this training. We all know this was a webinar replay, so I'm going to be completely upfront with you. What I have for sale is this: at the end of this webinar, after the first 60 minutes, then I'm going to be opening up my private coaching program. If you want to get the private coaching, then after the 60 minutes, I'm going to talk more about that, what goes involved, and so on and so forth. But for the first 10 people only, I'm going to give a massive special. Normally it's $10,000 to the whole entire coaching program. But today, for the first 10 people, and you'll be able to see, there should be a link around here or something like that. You'll be able to see how many spots are open. If you're interested in that, then that's what that is there for. And if not, that's okay. Make sure you watch the whole first 60 minutes anyway on this training, because you're going to absolutely love it. It's going to really help you out. And again, if you are interested in the coaching program, you'll be able to see all the details to that. Again, for the first 10 only. But there should be a date or a countdown clock or something around here to tell you when this training will be taken down. So make sure you go watch this all the way through. Watch it all the way through right now, because I know especially the very first 60 minutes, you're going to absolutely love what I teach, because I'm going to be teaching you exactly what you need to do. And then also, if you want to take up that 90% off special for the first 10 people only, it may actually be already taken down. So I apologize if you go to the order page and it says, sorry, sold out, because it only is for the very first 10 people, because it's a private coaching program. So anyway, guys, let's actually get straight into the training right now. Welcome everyone, welcome to today's session. I'm so excited in this today's session. I am so excited. The reason why is I'm going to be walking you through my 4-step trading system that can achieve up to a 90% success rate on any market and any time frame, with only trading about 1 hour per day. And also through this, I'm not just going to teach you some theory. No, I'm going to walk you through dozens and dozens of real examples that have happened just recently, so you can start to apply this to your own trading right now. So I'm going to wait for just a little bit for people to start to get logged in. But I'm so excited. As you can see, I'm just I'm just jumping out of my skin right now. And the reason why I'm jumping out of my skin right now is because trading can be difficult, right? Trading can be difficult and trading can be hard. But over my last 15 years of trading now, I've now figured out what to do, what not to do, what to focus on, what not to focus on, and so much more. So I'm so excited about this training. So as everyone's logging in right now, welcome everyone. I'm so excited. We're going to get straight into it right now. And I'm going to be walking through everything in today's session. So get your pen, get your paper. Are you excited? Are you getting ready for this? Have you got your pens? Have you got your paper? Have you locked out? Have you locked down that Facebook group or that Facebook page and the Twitter page? Have you locked that down? Have you shut that down? All right, good. All right, fantastic, guys. Now, I'm really excited, guys, because I'm going to walk you through a bit about me and my story here, but I'm really excited because I promise you that I'm going to walk you through exactly where you're going wrong, what you need to start doing, and how to actually start to move forward, so you can start to move forward in a big way. Because my last 15 years, I've gone through hell and back on these markets, and I'm going to tell you exactly how that works in today's session. So grab your pen, grab your paper, and let's get into it. Are you ready? Are you excited about this? All right, fantastic. Let's get straight into it. Now, before I do start, guys, I must start off with the typical disclaimer and the risk disclaimer. Customer knows past performance. Okay, I'm going to be walking you through trades today. I'm going to be talking about some of my income that I've made as well too, and the amount of money that I've made. I'm going to be talking about numbers. Now, obviously, it's going to take more than just a training session, one training session here today, right, for you to become a professional trader, right? It's going to take discipline, it's going to take consistency, it's going to take you understanding the trading system in absolute detail. So bear in mind, guys, that I've been doing this for a long time, but please don't expect, obviously, you know that, right? Obviously, don't expect for you to start making money straight away after this. It's going to take a commitment. It's going to take a real commitment for you to moving forward. Obviously, there's no guarantees of making money from the markets, and trading is very risky. So please take this as just general advice only, and be smart about the way that you're trading. Too many people just throw money at the markets when they think it's a good idea without any proven plan behind them, and that's one of the biggest mistakes that most people make. All right, fantastic. Let's get straight into it. Now, anyway, firstly, I want to talk to you about who I am as a person, okay? And as I go through this presentation, you're going to hear more and more about my story. But just briefly, for me personally, I grew up in a family of 9 people, 5 brothers, 2 sisters, 7 kids, mum and dad. And we grew up in a housing commission, like a government assisted area. And there was a time there where my family actually got split up because my mum was doing drugs and my dad wasn't doing well with his work as well too. So our brothers and sisters got split up into going to our nan's place, and that's basically where we grew up from. We eventually got back together as a family. But that's where I grew up from. That was my background. At the age of 2 years of age, my real father used to kick me against the wall. So literally, I'm actually 3 years behind. So by the time I was 5, I was actually really 2 in the brain. So I was actually, I had a speech impediment, and or one of those I couldn't talk properly, and I was behind and all that sort of stuff as well too. So that's where I grew up from, right? I grew up from a family of doing drugs and all that sort of stuff, and barely finishing school. I hated school, but one thing growing up is I really wanted to do well in them. I really wanted to do well out of life, but I just didn't know what to do, and I didn't know how to actually get ahead. So what ended up happening was, as I started to get on with my life, I learned from my dad about investing in property, but I didn't have enough money to invest in property. So what ended up happening was, cut a long story short, through all my life, I actually met this girl. And she actually went. I was working as a car detailer at this time, so I was just washing cars for a living. And what ended up happening was, when I was washing cars for a living, my girlfriend, she used to work as a lawyer in a lawyer's office, and so she had some spare time. So she actually typed in the computer, make money from home, and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, she got a free DVD. It was a 3-hour DVD talking about different investing strategies and so on and so forth. Bear in mind, I didn't even know what a stock was. I didn't even know what the share market was. I didn't know anything about anything, right? All I knew was how to wash cars for a living, because that's where I grew from. So she ended up getting the DVD. She watched it a little bit. She goes, "This guy talks about himself too much." And she gave it to me. And I swear, I watched this thing like 12 times. And I was hooked, because it was my first introduction. 15 years ago, it was my first introduction to the share market and what it was, and how you can start, different strategies around the share market, and how you can make money from the market going down and going up and all this sort of stuff. And I was absolutely hooked. I had no idea what this guy was talking about, but I knew I had to learn more about it. And so I ended up buying the course from there, and it was just a snowball effect from there, from learning what to do and not what to do. And I made so many mistakes after that, but I'm so grateful that I stuck at it, because I'm here today talking to you and sharing with you what I've learned over that time. And as I go through this presentation, I'm going to talk to you about the biggest mistakes that I've made when I first started, and how that unfolded. So no matter what your background is, whether you're going through it, whether you've had a background of drugs, of a really not a supportive family of it as well too, whether you're going through, whether you're just a laborer, right? You're just washing cars for a living, or you're doing pickpacking or whatever. It doesn't matter what your background is. You can do this, all right? I promise you really can do this. You just got to know what to focus on and what to do, and how to truly move forward in a big way. And I'm going to share that with you in this presentation, okay? So that's a bit of a foundation to my story. As I continue through this, I'm going to walk you through all the rest of my story, and what ended up happening when I first started, what ended up happening, and moving forward. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for me to continue this presentation? All right, fantastic. So get your pens, get your papers, because we're about to start. Now I'm going to walk you through the 3 secrets. Who wants to learn the 3 secrets? Give me a yes. You want to learn the 3 secrets? All right, fantastic. Now, secret number 1, why you don't need to know it all to become an amazing trader. See, when I first started trading, I thought I needed to know it all. I needed to know everything. I had to learn everything. And I had to understand the fundamentals, the technicals, and all this other stuff. It's PE ratios and all this other stuff. And I thought I had to know it all. What I now know is the 80% of the stuff that's actually out there in the marketplace is actually stopping you from moving forward. And there's only 20% of the stuff that actually helps you move forward. You know the Pareto principle, right? 80-20 rule, right? So who's excited for me to teach you exactly what to focus on? So, and who's excited for that? All right, fantastic. Now that's secret number 1. I'm going to talk to you more about that. Secret number 2 in this presentation, I'm going to talk to you about the highest probability trading system on the planet. And I absolutely mean that. When you see this, it's not the highest amount of trades, it's the highest probability, right? Because I'm all about giving you the highest quality, highest probability trading system on the planet that gives you 90+% success rate so you can build your confidence. I'm not after giving you a lot of trades, so you're trading all the time like a madman. No, I'm only after giving you the highest quality trades. And I'm going to teach you that in today's training session or 2. And secret number 3 is how to find amazing trades every week that can achieve up to a 90% success rate in less than 1 hour per day. Who's excited? Who's excited for that? Who's excited for the highest probability trading system? Who just wants me to skip everything and just go straight to secret number 2? I thought so. Anyway, I'm really excited about this, guys, because you just heard a little bit about my foundations there and what happened. So let me walk you through this here. Let me walk you through now into secret number 1 here. Why you don't need to know it all to become an amazing trader. See, as I told you a little bit about my foundations to my story, but now I'm going to continue my story as I go through this training for you today, and what happened there. See, when I first started trading, when I first started out, I thought I had to know it all, right? So I had to go to the quote unquote pros, right? So I did that, and I bought home study courses and DVD courses and so on and so forth. I actually bought the live trading rooms because, the professionals are calling the live trades, which that's another story in itself. I won't go there, but the professionals are calling the live trade, so surely they're going to make me money, right? And then I thought, well, you know what? Maybe it's not the live trading. Maybe it's I need to know this top secret information so I know exactly what's going to happen next. So I can actually start to make money. And so I started thinking, well, how do I actually get access to this information? Yeah, that's right. It's only the top secret people, right? It's only the top people that are manipulating this market. They're the people that are getting rich, right? Because they know what's going to happen and all this sort of stuff, right? So I thought I had to know the top secret source or top secret information. I thought I had to subscribe to subscriptions, which I did. Dozens and dozens of different subscriptions over my time I subscribed to. It was like I subscribe this subscription because this subscription guy, he says exactly the day he knows everything's going to crash or everything's going to boom or everything's going to spike and it's going to go vertical. And so I signed up to his subscription and that's what I thought there, and then I thought, well, maybe I need the holy grail indicator. I need to know what the MACD's doing and the stochastics doing. And oh, look, this is actually a funky wave indicator that someone's created. It's called, they even called it the holy grail. Oh my goodness, this must be it. And I went through all of that junk and all of that crap. And you know what I had to show for it? And you may be there right now, right? Just bear with me here. You may be there right now. Give me a yes. Say yes if that's you right now. If you are at that place right now where you've done at least one of these and you're thinking, I can make money from the markets, but I'm just not getting it, right? Give me a yes if that's you. All right, fantastic. See, that was me. And in my first few years, I found myself $250,000 in debt and going backwards every single day. I don't know why, but every time I got into the market, it went against me. It was like I thought there was a camera watching me. It's like every time I go long, it goes against me. Every time I want the market to go down, it goes up. It's like, why is this happening for me? Like I had no idea what was happening. And and this is what I felt like, right? I felt like I was just trying to get over the cliff just so I could start to make some progress in the markets. But I felt like this massive debt was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger on me. And I really, at this time, I really wanted to give up. It was because I was thinking, hang on a minute, I've done the trading rooms, I've done the subscriptions, I've talked to the pros, I've done the live trading rooms, I've done all this sort of stuff, but nothing seems to be working. Something's not right here. So you may be in the same situation right now, and say and give me a yes right now if you're in a similar situation. You might not be $250,000 there, but you're finding it difficult to find any consistency with your trading. All right, fantastic. So that's where I was at there, and I thought, man, how do I can see the market. I can see it goes up, it goes down. I can see there's money. There's all this money here. I can see it, but how do I get access to some of that? And I was about to quit. I thought, you know what? My first few years, $250,000 in debt. My girlfriend at the time who introduced me to the markets then became my wife. And I thought, this is just not good as well too. And so what ended up happening was at that time, I actually got introduced to a private trader. He was out in the public, he was a private trader, but he was a private 7-figure trader. And he was actually he was a multiple 7-figure trader. And I went and got access to him, and I went and paid for some private coaching to him. And he said, John, see, that's your point. You're doing everything wrong. You're focusing on all this other stuff, which has nothing to do with you moving forward in a big way in the markets. You are all over the place. There is no consistency. There's no discipline. There's no patience. There's nothing there. There's not even a plan of attack. You're all over the place. No wonder the results are all over the place. He goes, listen, this is what I want you to do. He goes, here we go. All right. I want you to stick to these 4 simple rules, okay, for the next 3 months, 100% of the time. 100% of the time. You're not to take anything. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you hope. I don't care what you're fearful of missing out. Nothing. If you don't see this on the chart, this trading setup on the chart, you don't trade. I don't care if you have to wait a whole day. I don't care if you have to wait a whole week for a trade. You are there, and you have to wait and wait and wait. And for the next 3 months, I want you to do nothing but take these trades 100% of the time. And he goes, if you don't want to take them with real money, take it with your paper account. Make sense, guys? Are you with me so far? All right, fantastic. So I thought, okay, then he said, if you want to be a good trader, John, he said, you got 2 choices right now. You can keep doing what you're doing, which most people do, and you're never ever going to get ahead. Or secondly, you can actually listen to me. And he said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to be disciplined. He said, stick to these 4 simple steps for the next 3 months, 100% of the time, and put it into a spreadsheet every single trade you take, and then come back to me. And I said, okay, then. Do you know this was actually the hardest thing? Because I went from being a crazy man doing all this stuff, trading, getting because I thought it was a do, trying to pick a top, trying to pick a bottom. I hope it was a good trade. I thought it was a good trade. I was fearful of missing out. I went from that trader. You may be there right now, right? I went from that type of a trader to say, okay, then my job is just to take these 4 simple steps. I went from thinking I need to know it all to this multiple 7-figure private trader who wasn't in the public. He said, just focus on these 4 simple steps. And do you know what happened 3 months later? Absolutely blew me away. I was getting a 90% success rate. And what actually happened was he actually came to me and he said, okay, fantastic, John. You're getting a 90% success rate with that. Absolutely fantastic. And now one thing I noticed with that 90% success rate is why some trades were small profits and some trades were home runs. And the thing is, like, not only was it about the trading system, but it was about the way that I managed the trades well too. And I'll talk about that in secret number 2 for you, right? And it's like, okay, well, others were home runs. So some were small profits and some were home runs. So it wasn't like I was trying to go for a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1. I'm like, no, I got in based on the trading setup, and then I just maximized the trade. And if the market was going to give me more profit, I just did that, right? And now here I was after doing this, after spending all these years going backwards, thinking I need to know it all, spending all this money on a course, and then I had this multiple 7-figure trader said, focus on these 4 things and do nothing else. If you seriously want to become a good trader, this is what I need you to do. And after spending all these years going backwards, and after going through all the results of the last 3 months, it hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks. All I have to do is take this setup only and nothing else, and I'm going to crush it. And that's what it takes to be a long-term successful trader. Now I'm going to walk you through the system in a minute, But that was the foundation. So if you think that you need to know the secret sauce, if you think that you need to be smarter than everyone else, or you need to be intelligent, or you need to know this, you need to know the live trading room pros, or you think someone's smarter than you, or you think all this sort of stuff, it's not. It's actually complete. All that stuff that I talked about in just a few minutes ago about all the things I did was like what I was going to say it was a complete waste of time, but it wasn't really a complete waste of time, right? It was, I learned a lot of stuff about the markets, but it didn't actually even help me move forward. It just helped me learn a lot of stuff, and that was it. All it created was confusion. Now, give me a yes in the chat box if that's where you are right now. You're a bit confused. You don't know how to move forward. Fantastic. All right, so I'm getting yes. Fantastic. So when I'm trading the markets and when I'm looking at the markets, it hit me like a ton of bricks. If I want to be successful, all I have to do is wait for this one setup only and take nothing else, and I'm going to do really, really, really well. So that's what actually leads me into the highest probability trading system on the planet. Give me a yes in the chat box if you're excited for this. Are you looking for this? Are you excited about this? Are you excited? Have you got your pens? Have you got your papers? Have you got everything shut down? Because I'm going to walk you through step by step of this trading system, the foundations of this trading system, so we can get moving. So we can get moving forward straight away. Are you excited? Are you ready for this? All right, fantastic. Grab your pens, grab your paper, because I'm going to walk you through step by step, okay? Now, I'm going to walk you through the bullish example first, and then I'll walk you through the bearish example, okay? Now, the bullish example, which means it's an up, right? We want to benefit from the market going up. This is what we're looking for, right? We're looking for some sort of a trend. So we'll see that arrow, see that little bit through there, right? That little bit through there is the trend. And so the trend's been going up. And then what we do is we get a long extended, right? We get an extended period of small candles or small bars, okay? Now, how many? I'll talk about that later on, but you do need to know exactly how many, because if you have too small, if you only have only a few small candles, well, that's not going to work, right? We need a long extended period of sideways small bars, and then we need a breakaway bar, right? What we call a bar that stands out. Are you with me so far? Does this make sense? So we just need think about this. We just need a long extended period of sideways movement of small bars or small candles, and then we need a bar that stands out. With me so far? All right, fantastic. And then we need to make sure that the market's making a higher low. So we have a low, and then it's this low here, and then we have a higher low. But let's actually just keep it simple here for this trading, okay? Forget the trend analysis first. Let's just focus on, does the market have, because I really want to keep it simple for you, right? Because what I'm about to teach you here really is like majority of the system here, okay? All you have to ask yourself is, do we have an extended period of sideways, small bars, small candles? And do we have a bar that stands out, right? In that direction. And then all we're after is this here. This here is what we call the 52 moving average. Is the 52 moving average pointing in, is the moving average pointing up or in the direction of the trend, right? So it really comes back down to, let's just keep it down to three simple rules, right? Three simple rules is, do we have a long extended period of small candles or small bars? Yes. Do we have a breakaway bar that's going up, that breakaway that stands out, that's a breakaway bar, that stands out? Yes. And do we have a moving average pointing up? Yes. So who would actually like me to walk you through real life examples of what this looks like on the charts? Give me a yes. All right, fantastic. You ready for this? All right, fantastic. Let's get straight into this. Here's again, I'm going to walk you through all different types of forex market, stock market, futures market. It doesn't matter what market, right? It doesn't matter what market or time frame you're looking at. This works on every single market. Now, right here, do we have a long extended period of sideways small candles? Yes. Do we have a bar that stands out? Yes. And is my blue moving average trending up? Is it going up? Yes. And look what happened. Beautiful, beautiful, right? It went sideways for a few small candles, and then it went up. What chart was this? This was actually a 2-minute chart, right? A 2-minute chart. It was just one of the examples. Later on, I'll show you a lot more examples here, but it was actually a 2-minute chart. Let's move on here. Let's start with this here. This is now a 1-hour chart. Do we have a long extended period of sideways small candles? Yes or no? Yes. Do we have a bar that stands out? Is it breaking above and it's standing out? Yes. And do we have the moving average? That blue moving average, is it pointing and trending up? Yes. And look what happened. Ran up, you would have managed it, and a beautiful trade. Move on to the next one. Look at this here. Do we have a long extended period of sideways? Now that's the key here. It's long and it's extended. Do we have a long extended period of sideways small candles and a bar that stands out? Yes. All right, fantastic. And is the blue moving average, is that trending up? Not just pointing up, but is the overall trend going up? Yes, fantastic. Well, that's exactly what happened there, right? To the left is what happened as of the entry. To the right, guess what this is? This is a weekly stock chart, all right? Now we're going to go to the Nasdaq 2-minute chart, right? It's the same thing. Doesn't matter what market you're looking at. That's what's so exciting about this, right? It's like we just went through a Forex market, then an hourly chart, and then the stock chart. Now we're going to a Nasdaq 2-minute chart. Look at this here. Do we have a long extended period of small candles? Yes. Do we have a breakaway candle that's breaking away from that? Yes, a candle that stands out. Yeah. And do we have the moving average trending up? Yeah. Right? There's the breakaway bar, and look what happened. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. Now, I'm teaching you the foundations of the systems here, right? Later on, I'll teach you how to actually maximize the profit, how to actually, where to actually get out, how to actually maximize your profit by, moving up your stop and as the market's going up, so you can maximize your profit, minimize your loss. I'll talk about that a bit later on, okay? But I'm just trying to teach you the foundations of getting in, right? Because once you get in, that's probably 80% of where most people get in, right? They don't get in at the right time. All right, fantastic. Who wants me to teach you? Who wants some more examples? You want to see more examples? All right, fantastic. I'm excited. Are you excited for this? Drink some water here for you guys. All right, fantastic. So, what do we have here? Do we have a long extended period of sideways small candles? Yes. Do we have a candle that stands out? Yes. And do we have the moving average trending up? Yes. And look what happened. Beautiful, beautiful, nice upward trend there, right? Look at this here. Let's just walk through another example. Do we have a sideways small candles? Yes. Do we actually have a breakaway candle that's breaking away to the upside? Yes. And do we have the moving average trending up? Yes. And look what happened. Just a beautiful, nice move up. Let's walk you through another example. Do we have a sideways? Do you see how it's the exact same thing, right? Do we have a sideways, an extended period of sideways with small candles? Yes. Do we have a breakaway candle that's breaking up, that's standing out? Yes. And do we have the what? And do we have the moving average trending up? Yes. And look what happened. Beautiful. Just a really, really, really nice trade. Do you want to see more examples? Because this is what it really takes, right? If you're serious about doing this really well, just sticking to these rules. And this is how simple it can be. Just waiting for this. Oh, excuse me. Right? Do we have a period of sideways small candles? Yes. Do we have a breakaway candle? Yes. Right? Yes. And that's exactly what happened. I was going to say, do you see the moving average, right? The moving average is slowly trending up as well. And look at that, big move up. So there we go, right? I could walk you through dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of more examples of the bullish setup. But can you see how it really is that simple? What is it? It's just, do we have a long extended period of sideways small candles? Yes. Do we have a big breakaway candle that's breaking to the upside? Yes. And do we have the overall moving average trending up? Yes. Right? And there we go. Now, who wants me to teach you the bearish side, right? So I just taught you the bullish side. Who wants me to teach you the bearish side? All right, fantastic. So the overall thing is that we've got a bit of a trend coming down, and then we have what? Same thing, right? We just have a long extended period of same thing, right? A long extended period of sideways small candles, but then we need a breakaway candle or breakaway bar to the downside that stands out. So we need a long extended period of small candles, and then a candle that stands out. All right, and then what do we need? We need the 52 moving average trending down this time. All right, with me so far? So we have a long extended, not just a few small candles, a long extended period, a long extended period of small candles. Now, I know some people saying, how many candles do you need? I'll talk about that because there is a way to qualify how much, because sometimes you don't have, even if we do have a quite amount there, we do need a certain amount of sideways small candles for it to be a good trade. I'll talk about that a bit later on, how to qualify that to be right. But I'm just trying to keep it really simple here, right? If you can get this concept, you are literally 80% there, right? You really are. Because, and it's not like I'm keeping secret sauce, right? That's it there, right? So do we have a long extended period of sideways small candles and a candle that stands out? Yes, right? So let's actually go through here. Do we have a long extended period of sideways small candles? Yes. Do we have a breakaway candle that's breaking to the downside? Yes. And do we have the moving average trending down? Yes, right? And that's what happened. Look at that big, beautiful trade. Move on to the next trade, right? That one there was, I forget exactly what that was. This one here was a stock trade. Do we have is that a very, very, very long extended period of sideways small candles? Yeah, right? And then we had a nice move down for about a week there off this trade here. Move on this one here. Now let's go back to the Forex market. This is back to the 2-minute chart. Do we have a long extended period of sideways small candles? Yes, right? And do we have a breakaway candle? Yes. And is the moving average trending down? The blue moving average, that is. Yeah, right? And look at that there. Your entry there and a beautiful run on through there. Let's go on through here. Do we have an extended period of sideways small candles? Yes. Do we have a candle that stands out? Yes. And do we have the blue moving average trending down? Yes. And look what happened there. Just a beautiful, beautiful run on there. Do you want to see more examples, right? This is just example after example after example after example I can show you, right? Do we have a sideways small candles here? Extended period of sideways? Yes. Do we have a candle that stands out to the downside? Yes. And do we have the moving average trending down? Yes. Right? And there we go. Just a beautiful move down here. Who wants to see more examples? Do we have you want to see more examples? Right? And what I'm trying to share with you here is that if you just stick to a system like this, which is the highest probability trading system on the planet, by the way, you can do well. Some are going to be small profits and some are going to be home runs. But here we go again. Do we have a period of sideways small candles? Yes. Do we have a candle that stands out? Yes. And then the market what runs on? Right? Let's actually talk about this here. Now, all those trade examples, as I was walking through those trade examples with you just there, as you can see, right, some of them were on the stock daily charts. Some of them were 15-minute stock market charts. Some of the trades there were Forex 2 and 5-minute charts. And some of them were hourly silver and gold charts. Now, why am I telling you that? Is because so many people have this biggest myth, and I thought, well, I have this Forex trading system, and I have this stock trading system, or I have this intraday trading system, or I have this trading system. And as you can see, right, that this system here is so simple but so powerful that it doesn't matter what time frame or what market you're looking at, it works, right? It is so powerful. Are you enjoying this? Are you liking this? Are you starting to see how you too can start to do this, right? Can you see how it really comes back down to extended period of sideways small candles and a breakaway bar and the moving average trending your direction, right? And then yes, again, what I'm talking about here is the foundation of looking for a really high quality trade. Can you see how if you just removed all this garbage that you too can do this? I'm getting thirsty here because I'm going through this pretty quickly. All right, fantastic. All right, so are you enjoying this so far? All right, fantastic. So as you can see, right, like my journey came from thinking I needed to know it all to throwing in everything that I thought I needed to know all and just focusing on this one pattern. And the more that I just stick to this one system, the more I know I'm just going to kick butt. It really is that simple, right? It's like trading can be quite simple. And some of you are thinking that, yeah, right, whatever. Like, no, the problem with you, like, what is the problem with this system here? Your ability to be able to be disciplined and patient. Disciplined to only taking that setup and patient and waiting for that setup. And that's where, if you can work on that, you can crush it. Why? Because I originally learned this system from my multiple 7-figure trader. All right. So what ended up happening was when I started to learn this system, man, I started trading like a madman. I was trading stocks, options, Forex, futures, 12 to 16 hours per day. I was trading options on the stock market, on the Australian stock market, on the American stock market. I was trading the forex market. I was trading the futures as well too. Even the S&P was my baby in a sense. And my income went up to almost $500,000 a year, and it was absolutely incredible. Now let me ask you a question. Do you think that's incredible? Do you think just be able to sit in front of a screen? I had 7 screens at that time, by the way. Crazy. But do you think that's incredible? Earning up to almost $500,000 a year. Now I was starting with a small trading account, by the way, as well too. I didn't start with a big trading account. And so that actually grew and grew and grew as I grew my trading account. But would you like to be in that situation where where you're trading like a madman, trading 12 to 16 hours per day, and potentially making up to $500,000 per year, which is around $40,000 a month? Pretty incredible, right? Pretty incredible. Now, I'm not saying you're going to do that, by the way. And I don't recommend you trading 12 to 16 hours per day. Why? Because it led to me having a big nervous breakdown. So I spent all this time trying to figure out how to get ahead in the markets. And then after a period of about a 6 month period of first 3 months figuring it out and the next 6 months trading more, I started going like a madman. But as you can see to the left, right, that's it's a picture of me and my son. I got overweight, and then I pushed myself so hard because all I cared about was making money. I want to trade because I knew all I needed to do is just sit in front of the screen and wait for this chart, right? It's 7 screens looking at the 1 minute charts, the 2 minute charts, 5 minute charts, 15, 16 daily, you name it, right? I was all over this. I was looking at all these different markets. And then as you can see there, right, 2009, I ended up getting cancer. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't eating my veggies. I wasn't going to the gym. I wasn't getting my proper sleep. I wasn't drinking enough water. I wasn't taking care of myself. And amongst all of that, I had all this money coming through, but I was miserable. I was fighting with my wife at the time so much because I wasn't spending time with her. I wasn't spending time with my newborn son at that time. And I knew something had to change. I was like, man, this is crazy. Now, thankfully, since then, I've changed a few things, and I'll talk about what actually changed for me. Now, as you can see here, right, I actually went from getting fat to getting ripped right up. As you can see here, to 2009 to actually that's a few years older. But as you can see, right, like look at me to the left, 2009, and then as you can see, right, today well, that's a few years older, right? But look at my face on the photo to the right. Look how much younger I look there. Right, I really started to take care of myself, and now this is me and my family. I have 3 kids, and you can see my beautiful daughter there, Bianca, and then I have two amazing sons there. Now the reason why I'm bringing this up for you, right, because I focused so much on the money there, but I just everything was out of control. And so if you're just focusing on the money, and now yes, money is a big part of it, man, you can be so miserable after a while. It's like, man, is this all life's all about? So something had to change, and that's the next slide there, right? Something had to change. Now, would you like me to share with you exactly what I did to change that so I can start trading small amounts of time, but still get the same effect or the same potential reward? Would you like me to share that with you? All right, fantastic. See, this all came from pain, right? I originally first started trading. I had pain of losing money. And then I had pain of it wasn't losing money. I was making good money, but then I started becoming miserable because everything else around me was falling apart. Now, that leads me into secret number 3 here. How to find amazing trades every week that can achieve up to a 90% success rate in less than 1 hour per day. Who would like me to share with you with that? Who would like me to share that with you? Are you ready for this? Are you excited for this? Yeah? All right, fantastic. Now, here's the thing. I want to start off with this by saying this, okay? If you, I figured out a way of how to actually trade the markets, look for potential trades, have my trading done less than an hour per day, but also still get a really good return on my money and on my trading with only trading that. So there's all these different markets out there you can trade, right? You can trade the futures market, you trade the forex market, you trade the stock market. So I went out there and I started hammer and tongue about every single thing I could do. And that's when I found out the secret sauce, so to speak. And the secret sauce was I figured out that this system works really well. And I knew the exact steps and so on and so forth I just needed the ability to be able to have plenty of opportunities every single day and then also have a machine, or what I call scan the market to bring me back at least potentials. Does that make sense? So it's basically you scanning the whole market there. It's like you go into the American market, which I'll walk you through here. It's like you go into the American market and say, you know what? The top 2,000 stocks, I want to scan that every single day. And then the scan's going to bring me back the scanning code, and the scans are going to bring me back the potentials. So instead of looking at 3,000 stocks or 2,000 stocks for the day, I may look at maybe 10 on the bullish side and maybe 12 or 13 on the bearish side, because they're potentials. Make sense? And that's when everything started to click for me. Now, let me walk you through this. Now, here's the deal here, all right? Here's the deal. I subscribe to a software called TC2000. It's not my software, but me and my private clients, we subscribe to it, okay? Now, what I've done is I actually went to a programmer and I asked him to create some codes for me that's going to go out there and look for trades that potentially meet this here. The reason why I say potentially, because it's really, really, really hard and really difficult to be able to get this exactly the same, right? But we got it very, very, very close to what we're looking for. And then, so what I did is I actually went to a programmer and he created these secret codes for me, these scanning codes for me. And then what I did is I actually went to the TC2000 platform, which just trades the stock market. And then what I do then is and then I created scans. I created a scan for the bullish side, as we saw today, and I created for the scan for the bearish side. So as you can see here, right, to the left, this is just one day. To the left, this was all the potentials that came for the bullish side, and this is all the potentials came for the bearish side. And what my job is, now this actually scans 3,000 stocks, right? Because what I trade is, and as you can see down the bottom here, you can see this little graph down the bottom here. Well, that's actually what you call options. I'm not going to get too much into detail with it, but options are a derivative from the stock market. If you don't know what they are, it's very, very, very easy to teach you. I'll teach you a bit later on, but they're very, very, very easy to understand, okay? So that's the option table down there. Now, there's around 3,000 stocks, roughly 2,000 to 3,000 stocks on the American market, that can trade options. So what my scans do, what I've set up the scanning, and again, I'll teach you all this later on, but I've set up the scans to go scan 2,000 to 3,000 stocks that have options on them, that I can trade options. And then it spits back potentials. So instead of me going through 2,000 or 3,000 stocks, I go through a list of, say, maybe 10 or 12 or 13 potentials and see if any of those meet my exact rules that I look for. And I go through a checklist as well too, and that meet my exact rules. Does that make sense? So I'm just going out there, and it's saving me time. And same for the bearish side. And then I'm just going through all the list on the bearish side. And then I'm seeing, out of the potentials, does any of these potentials meet my exact trade? So as you can see here, right, on the charts right now, what do we have here, right? We have a what? We have a what? We have a sideways extended small bars. Do we have that? Yes. Do we have the moving average pointing down? Yes. And do we have a bar that stands out? Yes. Now, one of the best things, right, is that what I do is this, is I wait, for me personally, I get up and I trade the last hour of the US stock market. And really, it actually comes back down to even half an hour, right? It's really half an hour. That means 3:30 p.m. New York time, I'll open up the software, I'll run through my scans, because it literally only takes you 10 minutes, right? Because there's generally not a lot there. There might be maybe 20 on the bullish and maybe 20 on the bearish maximum, right? Maybe 30. But either way, it's only going to take you maximum of 10 to 20 minutes to go through those lists to see if there's any trades for that day. So you really can chunk it down to even half an hour. Now here's where it gets even better, right? I actually open up my platform, say 3 p.m. At the latest, it'll be 3:30 p.m. and I still have half an hour to do all my scanning. Thanks to the scanning codes, I can see if there's any trades for that day. So I look at the daily charts, I do my scans, and I get in on the daily chart. And as you can see, here was one of the trades here that happened just recently, right? What was this one? This was a daily chart. There we go there we go there. And as you can see down the bottom there, the option for this, so instead of trying to short the stock, I bought an option. Now again, if you don't know what options are, I can teach you this, but instead of shorting the stock, I bought the option for around $4. Now look what ended up happening afterwards. As the market fell, you can see, right, that you can see it was around $4 and it ran up to about $8 there. So it was actually a little bit less, around $3.50 exactly on the option there. But you can see the option, this option right here. Oh, excuse me. You can see how this option here, right? See how the option kept going up and up and up. So the whole thing went up. The whole thing here went up 150% in a week, right? 3 days later, it was up 100%. Which that's where for me personally, 2 or 3 days in and out, 100% return. Now, give me a yes in the chat box if you think that's quite incredible. And all I did, right, was just basically look at the market maybe 1 hour per day. I did my scans, I found the trade, I put the trade in. The very next day, guess what? 3 o'clock, open up the computer, or 3:30 p.m., open up the computer, see what happened with the trade. Okay, fantastic. No need to do anything. Let's go run some more scans and see if there's any more trades. All right, there's no trades for today. Let me just stay in this trade because there's no need to get out of it. Tomorrow come back, fantastic. The next day come back, all right, fantastic. I'm ready to get out now, 100% return. Now that 100% return, if you had 10 grand on that trade, that's $10,000 in a couple of days, and you only spent 1 hour. Are you getting this? Are you seeing this? Are you understanding this a little bit more, right? This is the power of using scans with an amazing, these the TC2000, but using the amazing scanning codes that I've got, which create that to look for the potential trades, then using the power of options creates this scenario where you can only trade half an hour per day, because that's really what I do. Right? The first half an hour, I'm just looking at the different markets, looking at the indices. But when it comes down to me scanning the markets, looking at these lists, like, it doesn't take you too long, right? Because when you know exactly what you're looking for, you know yourself, right? Like, you know, with my private clients, you know yourself, right? Like, after maybe 1 or 2 months of looking at it, you know exactly what you're looking for. So you can go through a bunch of, say, 10 stocks in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes because you know exactly what you're looking for, right? Step by step by step. So it doesn't take you long. Are you seeing this? So by using the power of the software and the scanning codes and having thousands of potentials every single day, along with having options to give you that leverage there, oh my goodness. Are you seeing this? Are you getting this? Are you understanding this? All right, fantastic. So here was another great example. Do we have a long extended period of small candles here? Yes. Do we have a breakaway candle here? Yes. Do we have the moving average? It was pretty flat, right? But it was starting to point down through. You see how it was starting to slow the trend down? Yes. Now the option here was how much? Roughly around $10. In here, so literally half an hour before market closes, open up, looking at the software, fantastic. Here's the trade here, right? Fantastic. So here's the trade here. Enter here. You're entering at the close of this candle. You're entering, say, literally 5 minutes before the close or 2 minutes before the close. You're getting in. Fantastic. I bought the option here for $10. Fantastic. Close it down. Come back the next day. Come back the next day. And as you can see, there was the option. There was the breakaway bar. And the very next day, it went up almost 100. Actually went up to 100%, but it settled there at almost 90% return in 1 day. Once again, if that was a $10,000 trade, that's almost a $9,000 profit, and you only spent probably maybe 1 hour in a couple of days. Can you see this? Now, I'm showing you all this. I'm showing you all this amazing stuff, right? Are you liking this? Are you getting this? Right? That's the reason why you can do all your trading with less than 1 hour per day. Now, what is the bad thing about this? What is the thing that I'm not telling you? Right? Because everything seems really amazing here, right? And it is amazing. The thing is being patient, because sometimes you might not have a trade for the day. Sometimes you might go for a few weeks without trades. But I'm not here to give you crap trades. I'm here to give you trades that's going to give you a 90% win-loss ratio, so you can start to give you the confidence, and your account can start to slowly grow. So you can have the confidence one day to put on a $10,000 or $20,000 position, right? This one here, if that was a $20,000 position, we're talking at like $16,000, $17,000, maybe $18,000 profit. Can you see how big money can be made in a short period of time frame? But you just got to be able to wait for that. Make sense? So are you excited about this? Are you seeing this? Right? And that's the downfall, is that you just got to make sure you're patient and just wait for the setups. And you are under no circumstance to trade at all until you see what I call an A quality setup. Are you seeing this? Are you getting this? Are you liking this? All right, fantastic, fantastic. So as I said before, that what I walked you through is that what I like to do as well too, okay? Now, with the system that I've just talked with you there, okay, that's a good foundation there. But you pick your time and the market you want to trade. If you want to trade like the way that I just shared with you, well, you use the scans and you trade the last hour. You'll look at the daily charts. You're getting in today and you're holding it from maybe next day, like that trade example a minute ago. You're out the next day. Or maybe like the example, maybe like the previous example, which was this example here, right? Maybe you're going to be in it for 3 or 4 days, right? So you can use it as in just trade for the 1 hour per day. Or what you can do as well too is that if you like to have more potentials, is you can actually trade using the scans instead of looking at the daily charts. Because remember, this works on every time frame, doesn't it? So you can actually use the same scans, but now we're scanning the 15-minute charts instead of the daily charts. So you can trade, if you want to trade maybe the first couple of hours and look for 15 where you're getting in and getting out with maybe a couple of hours, getting in and getting out that day. Or maybe it's the last few hours that you got to run the scans, look at the 15-minute charts and see what's happening there. 15-minute charts, maybe even the hourly charts as well too. Is this making sense so far? So I run the scans and I'm looking at daily charts for the setup I'm getting in today and holding it for a few candles or a few days, right? Short term and sometimes a bit longer. I'll talk about that in a minute. But what you also can do is you also can set up the scans. So if you like to be a bit more of an active trader, you can start to use the scans to look for the high probability setup so they can spit out those. But what you also can do is you can start to look at the 15-minute chart, which is potentially going to give you more and more examples, right? Or you know what? You actually just might like trading the Forex and futures market. You really love looking in front of the screens. You're one of these trading guys like I was, where you like sitting in front of the screen 5 or 6 hours a day, and you like looking at the Forex market, all the futures market and stuff like that, and you want to trade that. Fantastic. What you need to do is you need to take the system and you need to pick your time and trade the system 100% of the time. Make sense? So as you can see, right, like no matter what time frame, no matter what you're doing, that you can actually, you can do really, really well. But one thing I really love about the stock market is that it's got a lot of potentials there. You can have you trading them within a few hours. And thanks to the leverage of options, like some of my private clients are crushing. I'm going to share with you some real examples of my private clients. But, you know, just absolutely crushing it, literally within a few hours of, you know, one of my private clients, he just loves trading he loves trading the first few hours. You're going to absolutely love this. Are you getting this? Are you seeing this? Are you liking this so far? So as you can see, right, we walked through these 3 secrets. The first secret was all about, you don't need to know it all, right? You just need to focus on the 4 steps. The second secret was teaching you the setup there, teaching the foundations there, and the third secret is all about using scanning codes and software to make your job easier with options to make your potential reward, to make your reward much bigger. Now, obviously, the bigger the reward, the bigger the loss too, right? So with options there, you got to make sure that you're picking the right trade still, right? It's not the option that makes you money, it's you getting in at the right trade. Make sense? All right, fantastic. Are you liking this? Are you enjoying this so far? All right, fantastic. So this is an example here of what we call a short-term trade, right? So this was actually on an hourly chart. Do we have a long extended period of small candles? We do, right? And do we have a candle that stands out? Yes, right? Enter there. It was an hourly chart. This was actually 2 hours before the market closed. This trade here was a beautiful trade. I caught it just in time. As you can see, right, this trade went from $1 to $7 in 1 hour. 700% return. Could you imagine that? That's like turning 10 grand into 70 grand in 1 hour, which meets the rules, right? What are we looking for? Extended period of sideways small candles and a candle that stands out. Pretty simple, right? Now, yes, there is a bit more to that to make sure you qualify for a really good trade. But as you can see, this is just an example of what we call like just another example for here, right? Now, let me walk you through this here, okay? Let me walk you through a theoretical case example of, instead of using big numbers like I've talked about in this session today, like $20,000 or $10,000, let's just say, for example, that, you know what, you are one of my private clients, okay? And you really learned how to do this properly. You learned how to do the scans properly. You learned the checklist. You know exactly what to look for and you know exactly what to do, right? And you're trading only 1 to 2 hours per day. Maybe you were looking at the 15-minute charts. Maybe you weren't. Maybe just looking at the daily charts. But you were trading, say, $2,000 per trade, right? We're not talking about you trading at $10,000, $2,000. Just say you're only trading $2,000 per trade. Let's have a look at this at just a few trades that's happened in the last few weeks. All right. Now remember this example here. Remember this example here. This example here. What? This example ran down, and this actually ran up to about 150% return. Right. So if you're trading $2,000 on this trade, 3 days later, this actually made 100% return. So you potentially made on this one, or actually no, you would have made $2,000 in this trade. Now, how long did you spend trading? Half an hour, maybe an hour, right? Once you know exactly what to do, right? So you're trading 2,000 and you made $2,000 there. Fantastic, you beauty, right? Now, example number 2, right? This happened just recently as well too. As I'm doing this training for you, this happened just recently, right? What do we have here? A beautiful bar, a breakdown bar. Remember this example here? A breakdown example, pullback with small bars, moving average, and a bar that stands out, right? There we go there. And look what happened. The market ran up to almost 100%. This is, again, just another trade here that's happened over the last few weeks. There's another $2,000 profit there. Notice how there's not dozens and dozens and dozens of trade every single day. There's just high quality trades. Why? I want you to focus on high quality. And the reason why is because, excuse me, because I want you to be able to have the confidence to start to put on more and more money per trade, right? While still having good risk management. Make sense? Now, let's look at this example here, right? Let's just say you were trading the smaller time frame charts. This one here, if you did have $2,000 in this trade and you ran it all the way up to $7, guess what? Almost $7. That's a $14,000 there. But you know what? Screw that. Let's just say, for example, that you only got out at $3, right? You didn't make it all the way to $7. It went from 1 to 3. You said, that's it for me. I'm done. That's a $6,000 profit. And it happened in about 20 minutes, maybe even half an hour. A $6,000 profit there. So the first trade there made you $2,000. Now remember, this is all trading the last couple of hours of the stock market. Right? The first trade was 2,000. The second trade was almost 2,000. And the third trade here that's happened over the last couple of weeks was 6,000. If you didn't even again, forget capture and all. That's a $10,000 profit there, trading from as low as, from a $2,000 there. Why am I telling you this? Because I'm telling you this is because by using the power of options, and if you have the discipline and patience to wait for these setups, you don't need too many good trades throughout the month for you to do really well. Can you see what I'm saying here? It's all about the quality of trades, not the quantity. I don't want you trading a lot. I only want you really trading a few times per month. What I mean by that is maybe 3 or 4 times a month if you want, if that's what the system there. Now the system sometimes is very quiet per month and the next month might be busy, right? So you get different things there. But I'm all about teaching the highest quality trades, right? Because I'm talking about here just putting on, say, $2,000. Imagine if you can start to really ramp it up to $5,000 per trade. You start to become comfortable with that because you're sticking to it. Can you see what I'm saying there? Can you see yourself doing this? Can you see how that it is? Can you see yourself building yourself up, say, even a $10,000 trade, right? Now, that may be far-fetched from you, but, you can build and build and build and build to that point there. What I'm trying to share with you is just as low as $2,000 per trade, and you being disciplined with the system and know exactly what to look for, you too can do well. Now, where do people go wrong with this? Where do people go wrong? They go wrong because they're not disciplined and patient and waiting for the system. If you really, really, really want to do this, then you must be consistent, disciplined, and patient. Because if you are not consistent at following a plan, then how do you expect to get consistent results out of the markets? Make sense? So sorry about that, guys. My throat's gone really dry right now. Are you getting this? Are you seeing this? All right, fantastic. Now let me ask you a question. Have you enjoyed today's training? All right, fantastic. Now, is it okay if I walk you through my private coaching program and to see if it's a right fit for you? Let me just waiting for the chat box. Yes. All right, fantastic. So let me actually walk you through what's in the private coaching. And this is your chance to have me as your private coach, sharing with you my trades and helping you along as well too, right? So what you're going to get in the private coaching program is this is the private weekly coaching program. Now, the first thing you're going to get access to is the private members area. In the private members area, I'm going to teach you all the details to the greatest system on the planet. Now, do you see how what I taught you today, extended pullback, small bars, you're literally like 75, 80% there. You just need to know the finer details to make sure you're jumping on the highest quality trades. I give you a checklist. I give you a complete workbook as well too. I give you videos walking through more and more and more and more examples. Right? So you know exactly what to look for in the highest quality trades, right? Because you need to know the checklist as well too. And that's so important, because sometimes, as I said before, sometimes you need to know exactly how to qualify how long you need to have that sideways small candles, right? Because you may think it's enough, but it may not be enough. And that's how that's what you get. Have you ever heard the term false breakouts or sucker rallies? The market might break up and then break back down really quickly. Well, that's what can happen if you don't know the rules 100%. But once you know, you'll know whether that's a high probability trade, or whether it's likely to continue on, or whether it's likely to be a sucker rally. Absolutely amazing. So obviously we stay away from those sucker rallies, and we stay in the trades that obviously have a high probability chance, 90% chance of actually continuing there. Also, what I give you in the private members area is I teach you exactly how to actually subscribe to the TC2000. But I teach you exactly what to do by setting up your scans. Plus, I actually give you the secret scanning codes. There's actually 4. I walked you through a couple today, a couple examples today, but there's actually 4 secret codes that you're going to create scans with by looking at these setups here. And I'm going to teach you how to run. I'm going to teach you how to look for them on the daily charts. I'm going to teach you exactly how to set up. If you want to trade the 15-minute charts, I'm going to teach you how to do that as well too. And even if you don't use that and you want to trade the other markets, such as the futures market, the Forex market, even the crypto markets, right? I teach you exactly what to look for with the books and workbooks and so on and so forth. But with the options and with the software and so on and so forth, I give you the codes, and I give you detailed videos walking through exactly step by step how to actually set up the scans, how to actually create the scans in the software, so you can start to run this. Make sense? All right, fantastic. Now, what I taught you there was the foundation of the highest probability trading system on the planet. And I really do mean that, okay? I really do mean that. Now, I teach you what called short-term trades. Now, short-term trades is like what you saw here a minute ago, right? You're in and out really quickly. What I also teach you is I teach you long-term trades. Now, what is a long-term trade? A long-term trade, now it's the same setup, but it has something now. I'll teach you in the membership area, but you know exactly what to look for in the setup to say this has the potential to go for a big run, not just maybe for a few candles and you're out. Thank you very much. But for a big run, right? A long-term run. Right, so let me ask you, this is an example of a trade that I took a while ago here. It was a beautiful trade. Now, let me ask you a question. Do we have a long extended period of all these small candles going sideways? Yes. Do we have a candle that stands out? Yes. Do we have the moving average pointing up? Yes. And look at this market run on. Now, what we use here for these long-term trades, you probably noticed that purple moving average. So I have the blue moving average, which is 52. See that purple moving average? That's what I call my 9 moving average. Now, because the setup told me this has the potential to run on for a lot, this was actually a daily chart. So I was in this for about a month, right? Now, this here with options, this trade made up to 1,000% return. Up to 1,000% return. That's your $2,000 trade turning into $20,000. Now, you know what? Heck, even if you didn't do that, even if you only waited for maybe a couple of weeks and you're I'm done with this and made 500% return, that's a $2,000 investment turning into $10,000. Right? But what's required here? Required here is to know exactly what to look for. And once you saw this, right, you can say, you know what? This is what I call a long-term trade. And it has the makings to go for a long run. So I'm going to set myself up and not getting it really quickly. I'm going to let it run on for a bit, but I'm going to use the 9 moving average as a scaling out technique. So I'm actually letting the profits run. As you can see, right, it's pretty much stayed above the moving average until right at the top there. Right? I'm going to use the moving average here. Can you see that? Can you see how incredible it is? When I see long-term trades, they're absolutely incredible. I get a lot of short-term trades where I'm in and out with maybe a few candles, or maybe 1 to 5 days, as I call it. But then every now and then you're going to see a beautiful, beautiful trade where you can capture these big moves. And when they do run on, as you can see here, absolutely amazing. Now, who would like to see a trade like that? Who would like to jump on a trade like that? All right, fantastic. Well, that's exactly what I teach you in the private coaching there, okay? Now, what I also do is in the private weekly coaching program, I teach you and I give you the weekly live group coaching session. So this is a live coaching session every single week. It's the same time every single week. And this live coaching sessions is me going over the market, me walking through all my trades that I've taken that week. And what I do is then I'm answering, and then at the very end of it, I turn your microphone on so I can talk to you like one-on-one to see if you have any questions and so on and so forth. Now, at the very end, I give people the opportunity. If you don't have any questions that day, well, obviously you don't talk, right? But if you do, then you can turn the microphone on and I can have a one-on-one chat with you. And that way everyone can help everyone. You're learning from everyone as well too. Makes sense? So every single week, you and your private clients, it's only a small group anyway. There's only like 15 to 20 people in there that come to the coaching sessions, but it's only a real small group there. So I'm there to help you and coach you and teach you and help you along that way. And every single week is geared on one thing: helping you get better and better and better and better at sticking to the system, helping you get better and better and better at that there. But what I also give you is access to the private Facebook group. Every single day, I have my private clients, like I have some of my private clients trade in the futures market, forex market, the 15-minute charts, and so on and so forth, right? So every day, I have my private clients posting a chart. So because you're running the same setups that I am and the same scans that I am, if you see a trade and you're not sure, guess what? You take a screenshot, put it on the Facebook, say, hey, John, I saw this trade today. What do you think? And guess what actually happens a lot of times? Some of the times I say, you know what? No, I didn't take it for these reasons. Or, you know what? Fantastic. Well done. Great spotted. I actually traded this one. You know what? That actually happened just recently. Very next day, there was actually a trade that I did recently. And one of my private clients, Mike, he said, you know, he's like, you know, he said, this is the one that I saw. I'm like, beautiful. I traded this one. And the very next day went to like 85% return in one day. Thank you very much. So what ended up happening is that I actually post my trades up there as well too. So when I've completed the trade, I put the trade up there for you to share with you as well too. Plus you also can see other private clients, what they're doing. They're posting their charts up as well too. Plus also you can interact with them as well too at the same time. Makes sense? So that's like what we call like a daily coaching there. Now I like to keep my private coaching group quite small, but that's what I have there as well too. Now what happens is, if you're accepted into the program, okay, coaching starts straight away and it ends at the end of the year. Make sense? Now, right now, I actually charge right now $10,000 for my coaching. The reason why is because I'm like there pretty much like all the time with you every single day, right? You can email me, you can contact me. I'm on the Facebook group multiple times per day, helping you out. So it's like me having you there by my side, helping you. Makes sense? So that's what you're going to get there. Now, what I'm going to walk you through right now is just some examples of my private clients from the Facebook group. So this is Paul. What Paul likes to do is he uses the scans, but he trades the first 2 hours of the stock market open. He runs the scan and he looks at the 15-minute chart. Now, let me ask you a question. Do we have a long extended period of small bars here? Yes. Do we have a nice breakaway bar, right? Very, very nice breakaway bar. Yes. Fantastic. And look at that run. Look how much that ran on. See from here? Beautiful. Ran right up to that daily resistance there. Now, can you imagine how much that was with options? Absolutely amazing, right? Because he knew exactly where that resistance was. And look at that there. Absolutely incredible. So Paul, that's how Paul trades the system. He doesn't like to do the afternoon stuff because he likes to spend time doing his other things. So he just trades the first couple of hours. And as you can see here, right, he was only in it for a couple of hours. Thank you very much. Done and out of there. This is another trade that I did here. Do we have a pullback with small bars and a bar that stands out? Yes, right? And look at that there. Beautiful. This is actually a gold 5-minute trade here. Here's another trade here. Well, behaving. Beautiful trade here. Do you have a pullback with small bars and a bar that stands out? Yes. And now one thing I told him, I said, delete all these other moving averages. You don't need them on there. But as you can see, right, there's the bar that stands out. Did it run on for a nice profit? Yes. Right, so you can see here, this is another private client here. This is another private client here, Mike, right? Do we have a long extended period of sideways small candles? Yes. And do we have a candle that stands out? Yes. And look at this here, right? Look at this run on, bam, 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 right? Within 2 candles, very, very, very just took off here. Here's another trade from Mike again as well too, right? Look at this here. Do we have a long extended period of sideways small candles? And do we have a candle that stands out? Beautiful. Look at that very next candle, right? Woof, just took off. Really nice profit straight away. The very next candle. Absolutely incredible, right? Let me walk you through more examples. Here's another trade. Look at this here. This is actually a trade that I took, but as you can see, right, I post the trades that I take. Do we have a long extended period of sideways small candles? Yes. Now this is another example. This is on the hourly chart as well too, right? Sideways small candles, and do we have a candle that stands out? Yes. And do we have the moving average pointing down? Yes. Can you see how it's the same thing, right? It's repetition, repetition, repetition. And did it run off a nice profit? Yes. Now that one there, I forget exactly what that did with options there, but because it was in and out within a few hours. That was actually, it was an hourly chart, so within 4 hours, I think that did something like 100% return, or between 80 and 100% return, I think it was from memory there. So beautiful, beautiful trade here, right? And look what happened. This is exactly what I actually put up. Now this here, what I'm looking at right now is actually, I've just zoomed in on the actual quote here, and this is what I said about this trade here. I said, I will say this again. This is the highest probability trading system on the planet. Stick to the rules and the A+ setups only, and you're going to have an amazing trading career. And what my private clients actually said to this post here, this is what they said there. Mike said, sweet setup, and William said, wicked good, right? Because they just know, right? They know. Here's another example, right? Look at this here. This is actually a 2-minute Forex trade. Do we have a sideways small candles? And do we have a bar that stands out? Look at it run on for nice profit. Look at the moving average as well too. Right, fantastic. Now this was another trade here from a trader, and this, as you can see, right, it's on the Facebook group, and he was asking me about what I think about the trade and so on and so forth. But what I want to do here with this particular example is I want to share with you exactly what he actually said in the comments. So down the bottom here, on these comments here, I'm going to zoom in on this bit here, right? So I'm going to zoom in here, and as you can see here, right, he actually said, John, what do you think about this trade? I said, great trade. And he said, thanks, John. Your guidance has really been helpful, especially your advice of patience. I think that is the best part of your system, i.e. the silver bullet or probably the gold nugget. So as he's saying there, right? And even William said, looks right on. Amazing, right? So as he's saying there, and as all my private clients know, what is the thing? Just wait for these amazing setups, and that's the silver bullet. If you can wait for these amazing setups, you too can have an amazing trading career as well too. Now, this was actually a YouTube video that I did. It was because a guy signed up to my coaching program, but he said, John, you know what? I've been trading 7 to 10 years. All I seem to do is go backwards. I've lost $350,000 in the markets, and I really, really need your help. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up here is because you may not be down $350,000, but you may be trading less than 7 to 10 years. You may be trading more, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on the comment here and on the comment section. As you can see here, right? And the first comment was, it was actually Savage here. You can see he said, "This was me. Thanks for setting me straight, John." And then the next comment said, "Hey man, did you lose at trading or swing trading?" And then he said, "Short-term options kept doubling down until I lost my 500% profit. I was convincing it was going to go lower." Next one here, "That's bad, bro. I wish you great luck in the future. I hope you get it back very soon." And down the bottom here, look what he said here. He said, "Thanks. I'm on the right track now with John's help." So as soon as he became part of the coaching program, he knew exactly where he was going wrong, and now he's on the right track for me helping them. See, no matter what you're going through right now, no matter how long you've been trading, I can get you on the right track. So in total, what you're going to get access to today is you're going to get access to all the entire private weekly coaching program. But what I also want to do is I want to give you what I call the foundations to a successful trader. So I also want to give you some other education as well too. So I'm going to give you the foundations or the framework of a successful trading course as well too. In this trading course here, we're going to talk about how to create a fearless trading psychology that gives you the missing X factor and an unstoppable winning edge as a professional trader. This is what we're creating. I've got interviews here with my millionaire mentor. He talks about exactly what they need to do. So much in here. I'm so excited about that there. This here is the total value here is 997. So in total, what you're going to get today is the private weekly coaching program, and you're going to get access to the foundation of a successful trader. Also, you're going to get access to the chart reading mastery course. Now, in the chart reading mastery course, you will learn the powerful chart reading techniques so that you can start to understand what's going on right now in any market, in any time frame. All right. And this value here is valued at $497. So in total, what you're going to get access to today is a private weekly coaching program, the Foundation to a Successful Trader, and the chart reading mastery course there. Also, what you're going to get access to is the chart reading mastery. This is the advanced course here. You're going to absolutely blow you away with this here, okay? You're going to absolutely love this. You will learn the most powerful chart reading patterns so that you can start to become what I call a chart reading master. This is something that you'll never learn from anywhere else out in the public, because it's only come from me looking at the markets, looking at chart after chart after chart after chart after chart for so many years. And I recognize these repetitive patterns, right? So that's what I actually put into this course here. So total value here is $697. So in total, what you're going to get access to so far, you're going to get access to the complete private weekly coaching program. You're going to get access to the Foundation of a Successful Trader, the chart reading mastery course, and also the chart reading advanced mastery course. What you're also going to get access to is the Millionaire Mindset Mastery course here. Now, this is awesome. All right, I absolutely love this here. You're going to learn from my 7-figure coach, and you'll learn and you'll understand what the mindset of a successful trader is. Not just like increase your mindset, but what actually is it? And so how you can move forward so that you can learn what it takes to be what I call the 5% club here. This is valued at $997. There's like 8 videos here of my mentor walking through step by step by step. What is it and how to actually move forward there. I'm so excited about that. So in total, what you're going to get access to today is the private weekly coaching program, the Foundation of Successful Trader, the chart reading mastery course, the chart reading advanced mastery course, and the Millionaire Mindset course. Total value here is $13,188. Now, of course, I'm not going to charge you $13,188. Mate, you know that, right? But let me ask you a question here. If I did charge you that, which is totally worth it, if I did charge you $13,000, if all of this did was give you a couple of really good trades per month, that's it, just a couple of really good trades per month, would it be worth it? Yeah, it would be, right? Especially when you can start to increase those position sizes, even up to $5,000, a few trades and the whole course is paid for, right? If all this did was allow you to have your trading done all in an hour or 2 per day, would it be worth it? Yeah, it would, right? Now, if all this did was to give you the confidence when taking a trade and not hoping or wishing anymore that you're going to get in, is this a good trade? Would it be worth it? Yeah, it would be worth it, right? So in total, you're going to get access to the private weekly coaching program, the Foundation of Successful Trader, the chart reading mastery course, the chart reading advanced mastery course, the Millionaire Mindset course, total value $13,188. Now, as I've said before in the past, as I said before today, I charge right now $10,000 for my private weekly coaching program because, as you can see, right, I'm there every day coaching you. I'm taking time away from my family, my friends, and these other hobbies that I like to do as well too. So I charge right now $10,000 for that. But here's the thing. Because I know this is the highest probability trading system on the planet, and I truly want you to have the best year you've ever had, I'm opening up just 10 spots only. I don't want a big coaching program. And then you're going to get access to everything we talked about today for just a one-time payment of $2,997. And that's it. And it is only for 10 spots. I can't have 50, 100, 200, 300, 400 people in my coaching program. The reason why is because I want to be able to have the time dedicated to you to helping you out. So I'm doing this special here to really, really help you out, but it's only for 10 people only. And then I'm shutting down. And again, the reason why is because if I had 300 people in the program or 500 people in the program, how can I give you the personal level of support you need? When you email me, how can I help you with email? When you put something on Facebook group, can you imagine having all these people posting on something on Facebook group? No, I wouldn't be able to help you. But that's the reason why I only do it for 10 spots only, okay? One payment of $2,997 and that's it. Now, I'm going to put that into perspective here for you. That's just 1 or 2 good trades, as we talked about today. Even if you're trading as low as, say, $2,000, right? We're not talking about trading 5 or 10 grand. If you were trading 5 grand, then you know yourself, right? But that's just 1 or 2 good trades, and 1 or 2 good trades, as we talked about today, and that's paid for the whole course. And that could happen within a few weeks, right? Of you, after you fully understanding this. Are you getting this? Are you seeing this, right? So right now you have 2 choices. Option 1, you don't do anything. If you do that, then nothing's really going to change. You're not here to dabble and to think about it. You're finally here to start making the progress towards your ultimate dreams and goals. Make sense? Or option 2, Just pony up this tiny investment today compared to all the value you're going to get in return. And as you can see with my private clients, as well too, right? And I will coach you to make sure you're taking the right trades. And I promise you, like what you've seen today with all my other private clients, once you start to see the trades that I'm taking and my other private clients' trades, your confidence is going to go through the roof. And you're going to say to yourself, I can do this. Are you getting this? Are you seeing this? Now, here's the thing here. I want you to understand, this is not about me, okay? Whether you invest with me today, my life's not going to change one iota, okay? I'm not going to buy a different car. I'm not going to buy a different house. I'm in the house of my dreams. I love my car. I love my life, okay? So nothing's going to change for me. But I promise you, everything will change for you. This is about you. This investment will change the way you trade, and it'll change your life. Is it worth gambling just a few minutes to check this out? Even if it does even half of what I've talked about today in today's trading, it could literally pay for itself the first or second profit or trade. Makes sense? So in total, what you're going to get access to the private weekly coaching program, the Foundation Successful Trader, the Chart Reading Mastery course, the Chart Reading Advanced Mastery course, the Millionaire Mindset course, total value 13,000. But as I said before, I'm only doing this for 10 people only. It's the first 10 people only. And after that, I'm shutting it down because I can't take any more. Alrighty, traders, alrighty. So I've just cut in, obviously, on to the end of this webinar replay. I hope you enjoyed today's session when it comes to the whole full training. And please make sure that whether it's secret number one, just use that. If you're struggling with the trading, obviously use the trading system. And if you want to create your own scans, go do that as well too. But if you'd like to get access to my coaching program, as I promised at the start of this session, that I am going to give you a special. Now, the private coaching program, as you just saw, I normally do charge for 10,000. But even on that webinar, I was giving them a bit of a discount, and the price was $2,997. But that all sold out because there was only 10 spots for that special. But as I promised at the start of today's session for you, that I'm opening up just another 10 spots, but I'm doing this just to give back and just to help people out because I've been getting so many emails saying I really need help. So I'm going to open up 10 spots only, and the first 10 get it for just $997. So if you go to johnscoachingstyle.com, you'll be able to see obviously all the details more about the coaching program there, what you get, and also how many spots are open. Now, guys, I do apologize if you go over there right now and it says, sorry, sold out. I only do have 10 spots because, as you just saw, this is a private coaching program, okay? So every single day I'm on the private Facebook group sharing stuff with you, education, sharing my trades with you, whether it's a long-term investing trade, whether I'm looking to do, some crypto stuff or some mining stocks or, silver or gold, or even just some really good trading opportunities, whether it's a good short-term trade or a good maybe some other types of trades with the momentum setup you learned today. I'm doing that every single day, and I've got other people always asking me stuff on the private Facebook group, right? So I can't have 100 people in the group or 200 people in the group. It's just not like that. It's a small group because I'm there every single day helping you out when it comes to trading, right? Because as we know, there's things you can do to become a good trader, but you just need that help every single day. And also, I have my live coaching session that I do every single week with the live group coaching session. And at the end of those coaching sessions, I turn your microphone on and answer any questions you have. And as you can see, I can't have 100 people join those live weekly group coaching sessions because it's me. I'm actually doing those coaching. It's not like there's someone else there. It's me helping you and showing you. And then every single week on those live weekly group coaching session, I'm sharing with you, okay, here are the trades that I've just done. Here's what I'm seeing right now when it comes to the market. I'm seeing that gold's about to explode, or we're about to see the next stock market crash, and here's the reasons why, or we're about to see a massive stock market boom, or any of these things that I'm seeing on a macro level as well too, to position yourself when it comes to mining, even the crypto stocks and so on and so forth. What I'm personally doing with my money when it comes to investing, and also when it comes to my short-term income strategies that you saw today, I'm going to share that with you as well too. So this is not some scarcity thing and so on and so forth. It is real, but I'm just opening up another 10 spots just to help people out. So if you do want my help and what I've just said there when it comes to learning all the strategies, get access to the membership area, all the bonuses as well too, and have me as your coach every single week there, then just go to johnscoachingstyle.com. You'll be able to see all the information about that, and you'll be able to see obviously how many spots are left. And once again, I do apologize if it says sorry, sold out. I do apologize in advance because I'm only doing this for the first 10 people only. Because guys, here's the thing. As you know, right, trading, it's not a really easy thing. I'm not gonna blow wind up your backside here. Trading is not an easy thing, but it does become easier over time once you know what to focus on and what to do. The hardest thing is like you just don't know. It's so hard, right? Like, what is a good setup? What do I look for? When do I get in? All right, when do I get out? What do I do here? What's going to happen? Are we going to see another stock market crash? Are we not? Are we going to see a mining boom? Are we not? What's going to happen to gold? When should I get into the crypto market? And all this sort of stuff, right? It's all this sort of stuff that happens in the markets that you need answers on, right? Like, you're just not sure. And guys, right now, for me personally, I've been trading the markets for 16 years. And through all that time, I've learned so much that's helped me make a massive difference to my income from trading, but also a massive difference on generating wealth through long-term investing and picking up some major trends. Like when we had, back in 2020, when the whole virus situation was happening, guess what? I knew that was amazing buying opportunities, and I told all my private clients, I'm buying the hell out of the market right now. And guess what? And you know what actually happened, right? 6 months later, the market's rallying up to all-time new highs. And me and my private clients made a lot of money just from that one thing alone. So as things unfold like that, I am there on the spot all the time on the private Facebook group, even doing videos saying, guys, this is what I'm doing right now. This is what I'm looking at. This is what's happening. And I'm also answering your questions all the time. And also every single week, I'm doing the live weekly group coaching sessions where I'm sharing with you market updates, my trades, what I'm seeing happening right now, where we're going, what's happening. And so not only can you get better and better and better at using the trading system for an income throughout the year, but also you can start to position yourself for the long-term trends that are likely to happen. And especially right now, where we are right now, guys, I promise you, we are in the middle of one of the greatest opportunities we have ever seen across all markets: commodities, mining stocks, silver, gold, equities. Some of the equity markets, not all equities, but some of the equity markets that I've been sharing with my private clients, are set to just absolutely just explode. And I've been sharing all the details with my private clients there. And then also crypto market, right? When's the best time to buy crypto? What am I personally doing when it comes to the crypto market, and so on and so forth. So guys, that's what this whole coaching program is all about. If it's not right for you, then that's okay. I hope that just take what you've learned today and start to apply that to your own trading to make a big difference. And if this coaching program does sound like it's a good fit for you, then just make sure you go to johnscoachingstyle.com. See, again, I do apologize in advance if it says sorry, sold out. But if there are spots available, then I strongly recommend you taking those spots, because I will then be helping you I'll be then helping you for the rest of this year. So anyway, guys, this is John Howell here. I really hope that today has served you at least. And if we don't see each other again, I really do hope that this has made some sort of an impact on you. Maybe it's secret number one of what I went through to actually losing money to making money. And hopefully that made an impact on you. Maybe even this trading strategy actually taught you a few things about the markets itself, and also automation. I just hope that some things are really taught you. And maybe even some of the stories of me going through my cancer and all that sort of stuff. Maybe some of my stories made an impact on you somehow as well too. So anyway, guys, make sure you go to johnscoachingstyle.com. There should be a link or a button around this page. Just go there, go check it all out. And if the spot's available, then I strongly recommend you take it up, and I'll be there to coach you and help you every single day. All right, guys, go do that right now, and I'll speak to you real soon.